Hello, my friends. It's been a while. It's been quite a few weeks of tons of activity and just trying to get things done, trying to bless others. So many times the holiday season rolls around and we get caught up in the hustle and bustle and are we going to have enough money to bless our families? Did we buy gifts that were financially equivalent to the ones we were given? And so often we are so focused on truly the things that don't matter so much in the long run. 20 years from now, is it going to matter if you bought Aunt Martha an expensive enough gift, or if Juanita didn't like the handmade gift that you purchased? I think sometimes we become so focused on what is missing and what is lacking that we forget to find the joy in the moment to moment. We forget to find the joy in cooking dinner, in discovering a new recipe, in discovering a new favorite scent or a new favorite perfume, in bringing our unhealthy bodies into wholeness again. And we become so concerned about everything that's out of order. It may be one little speck, but it controls so much of our thoughts and time that we forget to look for the joy. We forget to look for the balance. And so I recognize that this time of year, coughs and colds and viruses and strep are rampant. But I've decided today that I'm not going to talk about what is wrong. Instead, I want to talk about how to add the peace and the joy, the restfulness back into our holiday. So let me first start off with something that seems to be the last thing we think of. We live in a society where it's about quick meals. You know, you have shopping to do, extra shopping to do, extra cleaning to do because the family's coming. And we're so busy that we forget to get adequate rest. We forget to do something special for ourselves. We forget to honor ourselves. And years ago, I was taught that it was for women, but every woman should do something special to honor herself. Because if you cannot learn to honor yourself, no one else will learn to honor you. And so I began to do things for just me, and I began to buy a specific scent that I would find glorious, or a soap back in the day before I was making my own beautiful hand soaps that are GMO and sulfate free. I would buy myself Bath and Body soaps because I love the scent. I love the idea of having a new scent every month that in the restroom, on my counter for washing your hands. And so every month I would buy myself a new scent, whether it be pomegranate or fig. Today I make pomegranate soap and fig soap, so it's changed some, but I never forgot that lesson to honor and love myself. And so I'm going to challenge you in this next month of December, as we're moving through the holidays, even into January, to love you. To love you, to cherish you, to honor you, to take care of your body. You will find that everything will flow more beautifully just by taking care of you. Sometimes we're under such stress we forget to give our bodies the nutrients that we need. For example, B complex. I love a good kosher B50 complex. This beautiful blend of 50 milligrams of these Bs helps your body come into rest. It helps you deal with stress and anxiety. So if you're dealing with stress and anxiety in proper balance during the day, you'll sleep better at night. Now, last night I had a call from a very dear friend who works in ministry, such as myself, and finds that they weren't getting rest, and after a bunch of days of not resting, they literally began to feel just sick and just unable to focus, unable to get their thoughts straight. And I introduced them to Tulsi tea. I apologize that it appears backwards to you, but this product, Tulsi tea, is made with holy basil. This particular one is one of my favorites. It's called Sweet Rose. Tulsi tea comes in caffeinated varieties like marsala chai and pomegranate green tea for during the day, when you need to deal with stress during the day but you still need to not sleep. And then it has the caffeine-free versions for the evening when you just want to sleep. The day's been tough. You might have been a little anxious. You might have a big project the next day, and you need to know that you're going to get sleep. Now, let me share a little bit. This tea is one of my favorite things for the holidays or any time once it gets cold out and you want to drink tea. But I do recommend that you only drink it 1 cup, 10 minutes before you go to sleep. Otherwise, you may be laid out in the middle of a project because your body will come into rest before you are ready for it. So, again, just 10 minutes before you go to sleep, enjoy a delicious, tasty cup of tea. I love our local Wegmans because it carries about 14 varieties. You can also buy that many variety online. Some of the grocery stores only carry 5 or 6, but between the lemon, ginger, peppermint's one of my favorites. Just the original, the peach raspberry. I mean, just so many flavors of delicious tea. You can pick your favorite and just come into a place where anxiety flees from you and you're getting all the rest you need. Another thing I'd like to mention tonight is when you're dealing with stress and anxiety, or when you've shopped your feet literally off Black Friday, and now your little legs are feeling tired and crampy, the important thing to remember is that magnesium, quite a few people are magnesium deficient. We're just not getting enough of what we need. Now, the important thing about magnesium is it reduces cramping, it helps with focus, it just has such good qualities. Women need it for the health of their bones, that we don't get osteoporosis as we age. It needs to be taken with calcium and vitamin D for best absorption, but I love this triple magnesium complex. There's 3 types of magnesium, and with just 400 milligrams, it takes away any cramping in my legs, any difficulty, helps me come into just a more restful state, takes care of the knots in my shoulders, and between the tea and the magnesium, are you kidding? I sleep like a champ. So these were just a couple of supplemental things that you can do for yourself in this season, just so that you can rest well and feel better and be more prepared for what the things like last minute guests or gifts that you weren't prepared to give, that pop up in those or your children are home, they're off school, and you're seriously thinking you might lose your mind. In those moments, please remember the B complex, the magnesium, Tulsi tea, things that will just help you to feel better about your situation. Come into restfulness. Anxiety will leave, and you will just feel magnificent. Better nights of sleep. Less grumpy. So let us literally, I just hope that you'll try some new things, maybe add a little more nutrition. You can use nutritional things to gain what you need, extra B vitamins from raw honey, or eat different foods that are magnesium rich. But the truth is, you'd have to eat an awful lot of those things to come into fullness. Now, if you are the kind of person who, if you need magnesium, you eat magnesium-rich foods and you don't need any supplementation, I applaud you. But with the change in our soil and the change in the food we grow and in the quality and it being mineral-rich, the things that have shifted, we no longer put ashes on our ground. And so we don't have all the minerals that we once were partaking in our food. So for many of us, supplementation is the answer. So please remember, you want to use capsules and not tablets. Tablets, 90% of the tablet leaves your body before you ever really gain the nutrition from it. So remember, capsules are your friends, and they are more readily accessible to your body. I like a blends of, like in magnesium, a multiple source of magnesium in one blend, because my body seems to appreciate that better. And just take care of you. In the midst of all the hustle and bustle, don't forget to love yourself. Now, is there anything else we can do to just brighten our mood, shift the atmosphere? Well, I don't know about you all, but I'm a little bit of a Hallmark junkie. My husband thinks this is quite funny, since we personally choose to, we love Hanukkah. We personally choose in our home to celebrate Hanukkah. We have a lot of family members that are, and friends that love Christmas. So, happy Christmaka to all of my friends on Facebook that are watching me live. And I love to change my atmosphere with a scent. Have you ever been in an elevator with a man wearing Brute 33? Sorry if that's your cologne. Heaven help us. But if you've ever been in an elevator with someone who is wearing a musky, almost toxic smelling cologne or perfume, you recognize that scent will shift your atmosphere. Part of aromatherapy, which is part of what I practice as a master herbalist. In aromatherapy, you learn that different scents really appeal and can bring joy, can just transition you emotionally. Rosemary, for example, rosemary will help increase your memory. Peppermint is not just a digestive. Peppermint is, for many people, a real balancing scent. Bergamot, grapefruit, orange, lemon are uplifters. They don't just help build up your immunity and fill you with antioxidants, but they literally can shift the way you feel about yourself, about the day, about your situation. So, what are a few ways that we can add what I'll call the sense of joy, the SCENTS, sense of joy, into your atmosphere? One, why don't we get a few oranges and a few grapefruits and a little container of whole cloves? And what you do is, in a pattern, you draw a pattern by pressing the cloves into the orange, the skin of the orange, or the skin of the grapefruit. Clove and orange, or clove and grapefruit, are simply glorious. But more than the scent just being delicious, that you just want to almost eat this pomander, which is what that you call that application, more than it just being a stunning scent, literally by releasing that into your atmosphere, you are releasing happiness into your atmosphere. I love to get a small pot, very inexpensive pot, put it on my stove with water, and I add to that pot cinnamon sticks and cloves and the peel of an orange, or the branch, a small part of a pine branch, and I boil that through my home. Pine breaks down mucus when you actually inhale it. Cinnamon and cloves can kill illness in the air. They're antibacterial and antiviral. So you're not necessarily putting it on your flesh, but you're putting it into your atmosphere, uplifting your personality, bringing you to a state of happiness and joy, as well as making your house smell holiday-licious. Yes, I made up another word. My husband says just because you were an English major in college does not give you the right to make up your own words, but I just want to tell you, sometimes what the words that exist are not enough, and I have to just add to them to make them more fabulous. Another wonderful way to just end your day in a state of relaxation is to take 1 cup of Epsom salts, add to it about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of baking soda, and then pick oils that please your senses. If you need to release body pain, add a little ginger oil. If you just want a little bit of a lift, bergamot is stunning for a little lift. You can, if you need a foot soak, you can add a little peppermint to this application. You don't have to treat an entire large container with 1 scent, but what you can do is take a couple tablespoons, put it into a little bowl, mix a couple drops of oil in it, and use it in your bath water or in a foot tub, and you will find your body will be detoxified by the Epsom salts, and pain will be released from your body, and the scent will literally transition you emotionally, taking you to a happier place. So as we're coming into this holiday season, you know, we need to be more conscious about what state of health are we in. The truth is, if you are ragged and tired, exhausted, before the holiday even starts, what do you have to give to your friends and family? What is left? I don't really believe that it was the intention of God that we would literally be dragging ourselves through our days. But unfortunately, that's exactly how many of us live. So in the spirit of the holidays and just showering you with bits of love, let's choose peace and joy in this season. Let's choose to transition ourselves. Let's choose health. Let's choose balance. And let's love ourselves and others. It's time. It's really time for you to learn to love you and to take care of your needs so that you can better take care of the needs of others. Again, I just want to thank you for spending this time with me. My name is Tiffany Nadine Becca. I am a master herbalist. And if you're interested in checking out my webpage or my products, you can see what we have at TiffanyNadineCreations.com. That is TiffanyNadineCreations. Yes, I know that's long. .com. TiffanyNadineCreations.com. Would love to interact with you. You can leave me messages. If you find that you've been ill in your body and you need to transition to health and you want to have a consultation with me, you can email me right from my site, and I'd be happy to connect with you. Stay in health. Be in health. Choose health in this holiday season. And we want to thank you for being our friends, our family, and our loyal customers. It's been a great year. Have a good night, and God bless.